The processes I have so far taken into account are just these two processes, that is generation and radiative recombination, right? But there are some other fundamental processes which go on in the semiconductor. One is this: if you have defects, then not these electrons and holes just recombining with each other. They are assisted in recombining by these defect levels. But this is something that we can ignore since we are considering on maximizing the efficiency and on minimizing them. Let's ignore them for today. We'll come back to them when we talk about thin film solar cells in particular, because there they are very prevalent and they are the prime factor for decreasing the efficiencies. But besides that, there's another fundamental process which can happen, and that is that instead of these electrons and holes can recombine, but instead of giving that energy out in the term of a photon, they can give it to another carrier. So instead of giving that extra energy to a photon, they in this case give it to another electron, or they give it to another hole, right? And that extra energy will then get dissipated in the form of heat or lattice phonons, but not get emitted out, right? So this is a fundamental process called Auger recombination. It involves three particles. In this case, one hole and two electrons. In this case, two holes and one electron. But it's again a fundamental process that will happen in any semiconductor. And this is Shockley and Poiseuille in their limit they did not take into account. But this is something that you need to take into account as well. Another process which one needs to take into account is the free carrier absorption. So essentially, if you have again light coming in, instead of it generating an electron and hole pair, there is a small probability that this light or this photon is essentially absorbed by a free electron or an electron present in the conduction band, or a hole present in the hole band, a hole present in the valence band. And that energy is essentially absorbed by this electron instead of generating an electron and hole pair. So that's another fundamental process that can happen in any semiconductor. And this was accounted for by our guest speaker on Monday, who essentially cleaned up a lot of mess that Shockley and Poiseuille had left or had not accounted for. So instead of assuming the sun as a black body, they took into account the actual spectrum from the sun. Instead of assuming the absorption to be a step function, they assumed it to be a finite absorption with a finite absorption coefficient. And they took into account these extra processes, this Auger recombination as well as the free carrier reabsorption. So if you do that, then your efficiency essentially it falls below the Shockley-Poiseuille limit. So this is a good figure to estimate how much losses occur where. So for example, the incoming light, it corresponds to a current of 42.2 milliamp. So around 1 milliamp of that is get lost from this Auger recombination. And this loss from Auger recombination in silicon is in fact higher than what you get from the radiative recombination, because silicon is an indirect band gap material. So this Auger recombination is in fact a larger loss as compared to radiative recombination. The free carrier absorption is also a loss mechanism, but the loss due to that is much smaller. It's 0.02. So because the probability of that happening, that you have a lot of excess carriers present, is usually typically low. So this Auger recombination, if you take that into account, your efficiency, instead of being that hovering above 30 given by the Shockley-Poiseuille limit, it now becomes close to 29, and that's the kind of fundamental limit for silicon-based solar cells. And if you look at where the current best demonstrated in university stands, it stands around 25%. So there's room to squeeze out a few more percentage points, but above that it becomes very difficult. So your 29% is kind of the theoretical limit for silicon, if you take into account this Auger recombination and that free carrier absorption as well. Okay, any questions on this?